In 1 week, Luther Lee Boggs will take a seat in the North Carolina gas chamber.
How is he related?
He claims to have information relating to the kidnapping.
We were talking about episode number 13, Beyond the Sea. It was written by Glenn Morgan and James Wong and directed by David Nutter, who you will remember directed episode number 8, Ice. It premiered on January 7th, 1994. It is a monster of the week.
Are you going to leave this up all year?
Yep, all year.
If your idea of a good time is to pick up dried pine needles, treat yourself.
Captain William Scully was played by Don Davis, who you'll likely remember from either Twin Peaks or Stargate SG-1. Coincidentally, he passed away in 2008 at the relatively young age of 65 due to a heart attack.
As if he's an authority on having a good time.
Good sailing, Ahab.
Good night, Starbuck.
This is an incredibly well-lit scene.
Dad? Where's Mom? Hello?
We lost your dad. He had a massive coronary.
Oh, man. Boston.
Keep your hands down.
I didn't think you'd be in today. How are you, Dana?
Dana.
Oh, we get a rare Dana. How often does that happen? How often does that happen?
I'm fine, thank you. What are you working on?
2 days ago, a couple was kidnapped at Jackson University. Elizabeth Hawley and James Summers, both 19.
All right, all of you 90s teens, go dig out your cringiest photos.
This is information that only family members could have known.
Or the kidnapper.
He claims to have obtained this information through psychic transmission.
Mulder, do I detect a hint of skepticism?
Perhaps. I believe in psychic ability without a doubt. But not in this case. Not Boggs. He was actually strapped to the chair before receiving an executive stay. He claims that this experience activated in him the ability to channel spirits and demons. He read my profile on him, and he feels like I'm the only one who truly understands what he is. I think you should take some time.
I need to work.
I'm sorry about your father.
Now that is a Time Life book title. Visionary Encounters with the Dead. Examine it for 10 days, keep only the books you want, and cancel anytime.
This song was playing when his ship returned from the Cuban blockade.
I know that you and Dad were disappointed that I chose the path I'm on instead of medicine. But I need to know, was he at all proud of me?
It's your father.
So we're channeling some famous stories here. We've got The Zodiac Killer, Silence of the Lambs, and Night of the Hunter.
The soul of Luther Boggs drowns in hell's sea of fire. We have him now.
Of course, this is the incomparable Brad Dourif, a fellow West Virginian born in Huntington. You might know him from David Lynch's Dune, The Lord of the Rings, the voice of Chucky from the Child's Play series, or Doc Cochran from Deadwood, amongst a host of other film and television work.
The dead, living, all souls are connected.
And you're the conduit?
From here, we can return to the past. We can see the present. We can know the future.
Don't get me wrong, Luther. I want to believe.
Dark place. Cold. Warehouse condemned. Of a stone. Waterfall. Waterfall.
I tore this off my New York Knicks t-shirt. It has nothing to do with the crime.
Somewhere beyond the sea. Somewhere. Did you get my message, Starbuck?
Scully wandering into this abandoned building kind of reminds me of Tomb's hideout in Squeeze.
And how did you find it?
It was where Boggs said it would be.
What you're really saying is that you didn't want to go on record admitting that you believed in Boggs. The Bureau would expect something like that from Spooky Mulder, but not Dana Scully. Exactly what Boggs wanted. He could have been setting you up. You could be dead right now.
I thought that you'd be pleased that I'd opened myself to extreme possibilities.
Damn, Scully can't win. She's had a tough few days, right?
Why now? After all we've seen, why Boggs?
That's incredible. They found them?
That's exactly what I want Boggs to think. Carolinian made this one up just for us. Only 6 people know about it. Phone privilege is in 2 hours.
Mulder, it's you.
How come you don't believe me? Agent Scully does.
Okay, this is a bat flip. He's just showing off. How does Boggs get his cell phone number?
She believes me.
Even if he is setting us up, we have to follow, because in 3 days...
Liz Hawley and Jim Summers will be dead. Describe him.
His eyes cold, very cold. This is a small boathouse on Lake Jordan.
You got that?
Don't go near the White Cross, and your blood spills on the White Cross.
So not only does he have a psychic connection, but he can see future events as well. This is interesting.
Sweep the docks!
Federal agent!
Mulder!
Lucas Jackson Henry, 28. The Luther Lee Boggs' last 5 murders were committed with a partner, but they know that partner was Lucas Henry.
Dana?
You're the one that believed me.
No!
So, you know what? Maybe she's just having a psychotic break from stress.
No, I do not believe you!
I know what you want. And I know who you want to talk to.
If you let me talk to him.
Don't downplay my terror going back to that chair. I'm sure he'd like to tell you himself, but I'm not going to let him. But I know you believe me.
Looks like Wormtongue has hooked himself a shield maiden of the FBI. Gillian Anderson is shield maiden. I could have seen that.
We're running out of time. There's still no sign of Lucas Henry or Jim Summers. But what if there's another explanation?
This is Scully's episode. Mulder hasn't seen what she's seen, and he doesn't believe Boggs. Plus, he's effectively out of action for any further events.
Don't deal with him.
Huge, vats hold the blue Devil Brewery out by Morrisville.
Luther, if you really were psychic,
I'd have known you lied. Avoid the devil. Don't follow Henry to the devil.
In an episode full of the paranormal, the most unbelievable thing here is they didn't put 500 holes in this guy the second after he assaults an agent. Remember, kids, Blue Devils are always bad. What a transition. What a perfect transition.
so you saved Jim Summers' life. But you saved mine as well.
If you told me this guy was a real-life serial killer just based on looks, I would 100% believe you.
Scully.
Beyond the Sea was playing at my parents' wedding. Visions of deceased loved ones are a common psychological phenomena.
Dana. After all you've seen. After all the evidence.
The juxtaposition of Mulder beginning the episode as the skeptic and Scully being the believer is being returned to normal now.
Why can't you believe?
I'm afraid to believe.
Even if it meant never knowing what your father wanted to tell you.
But I do know.
How?
He was my father.
Beyond the Sea is a great example of the spooky quality we'll come to love about the X-Files. And here we also see really dramatic emotional depth that the series had failed to achieve earlier this season. Part of it is the combination of exceptional performances by Brad Dourif and Gillian Anderson. They both seem so sincere and absorbed in their roles. I don't generally think about ranking episodes, but in my opinion, this is the best Monster of the Week of the first season. Definitely in the top 3 episodes of the first season. And really, arguably, one of the best episodes of the entire series overall. That's it. That's Beyond the Sea. Next up is number 14, Gender Bender.
Indeterminate height, weight, sex. Unarmed, but extremely attractive.
It gets weirder.